Welcome back to Paul's Kitchen. This is Chef Paul. Before we begin, please hit the like, share, subscribe button, smash it! Just kidding. Happy Monday. It's the day after Boxing Day. It's the kitchen. We just got done Christmas dinner last night, and we had a lot of dishes to do this morning, and yeah, we got them done. Just gonna put them away. Not a big deal. So today we're gonna do what I like to call the Christmas morning hangover breakfast sandwich. Now, being diabetic, Amy and I had a little bit too much to eat yesterday, and not necessarily all bad stuff, but our sugars are probably going to be a little high this morning because it's Christmas. So and it's also my first day back to work on a full-time schedule today, so we need a little bit more energy today. Amy needs to go jumping and doing her jumping jacks and all the aerobic stuff. You know Amy's into that. And I need to just make sure that I have a good day at work. So we made our BLT breakfast sandwiches, except we're not going to put them on any bread. Carbs, right? So here we go. We got our absolutely beautiful full vegetables, eggs, and cheese, and even some ham breakfast sandwich meat in there for it. So this is going to be great, so please stay tuned and enjoy. Good morning and welcome to Paul's Kitchen. Today we're going to do a special video on making an omelet. Well, I like to say a breakfast sandwich without the actual sandwich. Why? Because Amy and I are both diabetic, and you know what? For us it's a little bit of a pain for us, but if we're going to have a really big hearty meal, we got to really be careful about what we're doing. And being Christmas and all, we've been cheating a little bit. Not a whole lot, but a little bit, and it's not exactly been the great, and I'm sure most of you have had a little bit of candy and stuff, and you want to have that really good breakfast, but you're not sure exactly what to do. This is also going to be my first day back to work on a full-time basis. I've been off for 3 months. I had a bad reaction to the COVID vaccine, so I've been really sick. So this is day number 1 for me at full-time, so I need something really good and hearty. So we're going to make what I would consider a breakfast sandwich, and Amy's just waking up and she doesn't know what I'm doing. So she's not helping me do this right now. I'd love to tell you that she's just being lazy and all that, but that's not the truth. She doesn't know what I'm doing. This is first thing in the morning. This is kind of almost like, this is pretty much almost just like, I don't know, almost surprise breakfast, that she doesn't have to worry about. We're going to keep this really simple. Doesn't have to be really all that complex. I'm not even going to really spice it up that much per se. I'm going to get some spices out. I'm going to show you what we're going to use. And then we're going to get right to it. It's actually going to be a really easy dish. So, I mean, if you're looking for ways to take a shortcut, still eat healthy and still have a good time doing it, but take a shortcut so that you're not boosting your sugars up, well, there's some easy ways to do that. Number 1, a breakfast sandwich would usually be a bagel or an English muffin. Well, we're going to skip that because that usually has quite a high content of can turn into a lot of sugars. So first off, on my wok, and I'm going to turn this on to about 7 while we get ready here. I've got some tomatoes, green peppers, sweet peppers. We're going to use the leftover some salsa. We have a small fridge, so I mean, for us, it's just about getting rid of what we have so we can actually put more useful stuff. And that's almost gone, so. And then we got some mushrooms. We've got some onions, eggs, cheese, and some sandwich meat that I actually forgot that we had. And that's basically going to be it. So we're going to let this heat up for a few moments here. And I don't want to cook the sandwich meat too much, to be honest with you. I don't think that would be that great of an idea. I'm actually just going to grab a small plate. As you can see, our place is a little bit of a mess right now, simply because we had Christmas dinner yesterday. Amy had just got done cleaning and stuff like that, so it's just a matter of putting stuff away. Alright, so that's starting to go now, so we're going to slip this in here. And we're not going to fully cook it. I'm not a big fan of overcooked sandwich meat. I'm not trying to make bacon or anything like that. But again, especially if you're somebody that's trying to watch your budget, and we're using extra olive virgin olive oil. It's pretty good stuff, you know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta go through your kitchen, you gotta see, okay, oh my gosh, this stuff's gonna go bad. What are you gonna do? Well, it's quite easy. Start using it. Find uses for it. Because if you don't, then you know what? It's going to go bad, and that's not a good thing. And the best part about this, it comes more like a stir fry. So you can try to make this look really pretty, really good presentation if you want, but it's not necessary because it's not really going to be that important to do. Alright, so this isn't going to take too long to cook. It really isn't. So I'm just going to put this on the plate here. It's done. Yes, I have a little bit of grease on here, and that's because the sandwich meat isn't the only part of this, so I do need to have a little bit more. So now we're going to dump the onions in, and we're going to let them cook up a little bit. Now Amy's going to be a little mad at me because when she gets up and she realizes what I've been doing, she's going to be like, you need a lot more work for me. But when she sits back and realizes why I've made her more work, I think she'll appreciate it because it's one last thing that she has to get ready for breakfast. I usually take care of most everything else. Breakfast is more of her thing because it's kind of simple. It's not really all that much. So we're going to dump that in here. Then we're going to start dumping some vegetables. And if you really want a good breakfast, if you really want a good meal at all, period, the best thing you can do for yourself is vegetables all the way. I'm not going to worry about the cheese or spices, and I'm not going to worry about the spices until or the rest of the salsa for that matter, until I get eggs in. And I'm not a big firm believer that you have to really overcook your vegetables. I'm not a fan, to be honest with you. I'm really not. So after that's been cooking for a few minutes, because I really don't want it to, when I say a few minutes, it's generally about a minute is fine. Now, when I say to put certain spices in, that's what we like. Of course, going to skip out on the salt because you really don't need it. A lot of foods that we eat on a day-to-day basis, I'm just going to rinse my hand here for a second. A lot of foods we have on a day-to-day basis already include salt. So, I mean, just adding more salt is kind of foolish. You don't need it. It's going to be too much, and sooner or later your doctor is going to come by and complain at you for all the salt content you've been eating, and yeah, it's not good. I'm going to put this down for a quick second because I'm going to dump the salsa in here, and I need 2 hands to do that properly. So I'll be right back. I'm going to still talk, mind you. I talk too much. Speaking of things that talk too much, I don't know if anybody's recognized or not yet, but the Hasbro, I think it is, came up with, there's not a lot of this stuff either. While I'm doing this, I'm going to put all the spice in and go whatever way you want. But anyways, Hasbro came out with talking Deadpool hat, or Deadpool head. I'm kind of looking forward to saving some money to get it. It's a little on the pricey side right now, but I think it'd be well worth it. I don't know if you guys like Deadpool or not. It is neat. It is an adult toy, not a child's toy. So if you have like a kid, do not buy it for them because it's not made for them. I'll tell you straight up. It doesn't swear. There is no swearing on the head or on the head at all. It interacts with you quite a bit. It'll actually encourage you to do pranks, which is actually kind of funny. And Amy knows right away why I want it. It's hilarious. And it blurts out the swearing, but I mean, a lot of the stuff it does is kind of like 18 plus. Alright, so salsa, spice is all in. So now I'm going to start putting some cheese in. You don't want to just dump it all at once because it'll just make it clumpy and you'll have cheese very uneven. And when you take a bite out of this, you kind of want to have a piece of cheese in every bite. And we're almost done here, and quite honestly I think we can turn the heat off because at this point it's kind of a moot point. So I got the cheese all in now, and now what we're going to do is we're just going to stir it a little bit here, let the cheese go there. We don't want to overcook things. The cheese will melt on its own, so we don't have to worry about any of that. If there's little clumps of unmelted cheese, I mean, it's still going to be warm, so it's not a big deal. Now, at the end of the day, if you want to take this and you want to shovel this into a bagel or a English muffin or even bread, you can. By all means, be my guest. Amy and I aren't going to do that, but being my first day back at work and all, I kind of want to have more substance in me. I want some energy, and yeah, we'll have lots of coffee today. Don't worry about that. Coffee be flowing abundantly. However, with that being said, this I think will do really well. So this will give us a lot more energy, and you know what? Eating healthy and eating right will give you a lot more energy than going out and buying your Red Bulls or anything else. Believe it or not, I get more energy out of drinking water during the day than I ever did drinking pop or energy drinks or anything like that. And if you're diabetic, it really will help you. It really will. So here's my take on here. So please hit the like button, share, subscribe. Really appreciate it. Visit us on our new website, www.pouls-kitchen.club. We also have several web or IRC servers. If you're on the chat, you can go, and right on our website you'll be able to connect to it, but you can go to irc.darkworld.network and you'll find us in hashtag Poul's Kitchen there. So love to hear from you. Please drop a comment. And thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate your time.